Schools. I'm Bob Driscoll. This is the show where we talk about anything related to schools in Central New York. Today we're going to be talking with people from the Skaneateles School District about a recent shopping spree to help people in need this holiday season. We're joined by Scott Stagnita as well as Hazel and Billy. Thank you for joining us.
Thank you for having us.
Thank you.
First of all, I want to get to know everyone a little bit better. Scott, you want to tell us about yourself?
Yeah, I'm Scott Stagnita. I teach 6th through 12th grade technology and engineering, as well as also I'm the student council advisor for the middle school.
All right, Hazel, Billy.
I'm Hazel Georgiana. I am the president of the Skaneateles Middle School Student Council. I'm in 8th grade.
I'm Billy Lynn, and I'm the vice president, and I'm in 7th grade.
All right, Scott, let's start off a little bit. Can you tell us about this shopping trip you took?
So our holiday shopping spree started 26 years ago. This is the 26th event we just pulled off this in early December. We started this 26 years ago to teach students the importance of goodwill and giving back and receiving nothing in return. It started off very, very small at first in the year 2000. And then in 2002, just after 9/11, we had a former student, Todd Pittman from Skaneateles, was killed in 9/11, and his family started an organization called Todd's Fund. And Todd's Fund was all about, it was set up as an angel fund. It was to give back to the community and to try to keep Todd Pittman's spirit alive, his generosity. And so Gary Gerst, Todd's sister, and Todd's father started an organization called Todd's Fund. They're the organization that first funded the shopping spree to help really push this thing in the right direction. The first year we started with about $10,000. We got up to about $20,000, and then this year we spent just about $15,000. So we take 65 kids and we go on a shopping spree for 14 different charitable organizations, and the kids break up into groups. And I have to give a shout out to the administration at Skaneateles, going back from Tim Cavera to Mike Ollie to Brian Cohen and all the teachers that make this possible. We have about 20 teachers every year that come out and help chaperone the kids. So it's an amazing event.
Now, you said you were part of the initial group that started. Too.
Yes, I was.
Can you tell me about some of the people involved in the first group?
So, let's go back a long time. 26 years ago, we had it was my first year teaching at Skaneateles. We started a tech club, and the kids we raised like $400, and the tech club kids were the same kids that were in my student council as well. And so we were sitting around in November, late November, and we were trying to figure out what to do with this money. And so one of the kids said, well, what if we go shopping for like children that are in the hospital during Christmas time? And that's really how it actually all started. We took a group of, I think, maybe 7 or 8 kids, hopped on a bus, went to Toys R Us, and then from there we brought the toys up to the hospital, and we gave them to on the children's floor. We gave them to a group of kids, and that really started the shopping spree. It didn't really start to, like I said again, it really didn't start to take off until after the year 2002, and that's when Todd's Fund jumped in and started funding us. And we've had also other organizations like Dave Piro Foundation help fund us as well, and many others throughout the years. And so it's been a great event where we're allowed to give back to so many that are in need during this holiday season. And the cool thing about the end of the shopping spree, which I love in January every year, is the organizations will actually send videos and pictures and letters from families receiving the gifts. And then in January, our student council meeting, the kids will be able to see that final piece of it, of the actual kids receiving. Because the hard part about the shopping spree is it's hard to understand the magnitude of what you've done, allowing so many kids to have like what we'd feel like be a normal Christmas. And so it's one of my favorite parts of the time of the year, one of my favorite time of the year to be able to do this.
Hazel and Billy, what made you want to get involved in this?
It's just a great opportunity for so many students to help people who need it way more than they do, because especially in our community, we are so fortunate for what we have, and I think it's hard sometimes, especially for some of the younger kids, to understand that this isn't a normal experience that many kids get to have over the holiday season.
It's a great experience for kids our age to experience holiday cheer and to give back to the community.
Yeah, it's a great thing the Skaneateles Middle School is doing. And Scott, have students always been involved with this from
They've
the very
always been
beginning?
involved from the beginning. That one thing I want to say, this is a student-centered event. So these kids here spent probably 3 weeks before the event. We went this year, December 3rd. They're in my room after school, planning all the paperwork, breaking down all the groups, trying to figure out all the different things that need to be done before we can actually have the event happen. They actually designed T-shirts as well for all the kids to wear during the shopping spree. And shout out to Walmart for over the years that have supported us and give us a donation every year to help this event keep moving forward.
And Hazel and Billy, that had to be really cool, designing like the T-shirts and everything. How much fun was it getting prepared even before you went shopping with that kind of stuff?
It's really fun, I think, to be able to design the T-shirts because we're almost designing like a uniform or something that like we get to like wear to display our school pride and stuff.
Yeah, it was really cool because we had to pick out the colors like which represented our school but also represented Christmas.
It's also fun to make the groups and decorate our folders and stuff. That is fun.
It's a lot of fun in the planning and the execution. It sounds like you guys had a lot of fun doing this. And Scott, what have you noticed as far as like the type of need over the years? Like, have you seen it change over the past 25, 26 years?
Absolutely. At first, when we started doing the shopping spree, it was more about they wanted to get certain gifts, for individual kids, and it's tough because, we have a group of middle school kids from the age of 12 to 14 shopping for all different ages, so it's tough. But lately, what's happened, we noticed with a lot of groups, is they're looking for spreading the cheer amongst their whole school. We shop for a lot of school districts, and so they'll be like, we just want a blanket per kid and like a book or something. So we've gone a lot cheaper with items, but it's allowed us to spread the cheer and spread the wealth that we have from the shopping spree to give as much as possible.
Where does the money come from for these gifts? Is it donations? Is it funded through the school? Like, how do you get the money to do this?
So a portion of the money, which I love, is student raised. And so every year we have a dinosaur barbecue fundraiser that we do in September. And it's student driven, student organized, and student run. And I believe this year, if I'm not mistaken, we donated $3,000 out of that. That started us off. When Todd's Fund dissolved their funds and they allocated a certain amount to the student council every year for the next whatever long this goes on. We use $2,000 out of that budget every year, so that gives us $5,000. And then this year, unfortunately, which we're very thankful for them for all the years they funded us, a local business we no longer working with. They decided they weren't going to do it this year, so we had to grind a little bit more and go out and raise money in the community. And we had Hazel and Billy over here. They actually created a video. They created a script and a video, and we sent it out to some local businesses. And we raised about $12,000 in 3 weeks to keep this thing alive, because we almost didn't have it this year. And so, if there's any business or any local family that would like to help continue this moving forward, we're hoping that we can keep this going forward for as long as possible.
Hazel and Billy, I'm impressed with all of the work you put into it, not just from the shopping standpoint, but what I'm learning went into before it. What was the best part of this experience for both of you?
I think it's about after we go shopping, a lot of the actually I think all of them, they come to collect the presents, like somebody from the organization, and it's really just nice to like see like how excited they are to get all of these gifts, because I think they know way more than us about how much these people need it and how much these kids, like how excited they are to get these presents on Christmas morning.
For me, the best part of it was shopping, I guess, because we got to for me, I got to choose. We got to see a specific kid, and we kind of got to put all the things together and almost pictured what the kid was like.
Yeah, that's kind of what I wanted to ask you. How did you know what to shop for? Did you have a game plan going in? Were you told specific people that you were shopping for, so you knew kind of what to pick out? Like, how did that work?
Different groups for different organizations, so every group got an organization. to shop for, they asked for different things. So some organizations, they gave kids names and like 3 or 4 things that they would like for Christmas, and other organizations had a list of items that were requested by families, and there were also some that just had items that they wanted, and it wasn't for specific kids or families. They just requested those items.
Yeah, what were some of the gifts you picked out this year? I'm kind of curious.
A lot of blankets and stuffed animals. Arts and crafts was a big one that I think was more new. We didn't have as many arts and crafts requests as last year. There was a lot of them this year. Books.
We didn't only do toys, really. Like, we also got clothing for the children.
That's awesome. And these go to a few locations too, right, Scott? Like where are some of the
Yeah, we have
some of the
14
places?
organizations that we work with this year. Usually we have 17, but unfortunately they cut it back a little bit. Make-A-Wish, we fill the Make-A-Wish closet. We work with Vera House, Peace Incorporated, which is actually the original one the first one we started with 26 years ago, or 25 years ago for the Vera House and Make-A-Wish. Clinton Kindness Closet. Where else we have? Hillside. We have a lot of local schools. I think we have 8 local schools we shop for, which is nice. And I love shopping for the schools because we connect with the guidance counselors, and the guidance counselors connect with the students and the families, so they know exactly what they need. So it helps us a little bit to know exactly what they need versus just trying to guess and figure out what to get.
How do you pick which locations to get gifts for?
Honestly, it kind of started out with just reaching out to organizations and finding organizations, that could use some help during the holiday season. And as time goes on, as we've been doing this so long, when it came to a point where we weren't sure if we were going to have it kind of made us work a little bit harder to make sure we can keep continuing this thing because there's so many families and organizations in need.
And do the students deliver the gifts too, or do they come and pick it up? I thought someone said earlier.
The gifts get picked up at Walmart, so right after the shopping spree.
So you get to see the reactions too?
We get to see the reaction of the people the organizations picking up the gifts, which is kind of cool. And then, like I said, and then in January we share a videos, pictures, and letters from families that receive the gifts. So it's kind of cool. It kind of comes full circle for the kids.
Hazel and Billy, what were the reactions like? What was it like to see those when people picked up the gifts?
They're all adults picking up the gifts, and they just look so excited, and they always have big smiles on their faces.
You could tell that they were really thankful and like happy for what we were doing.
Did you work together when you were picking up the gifts? Can you kind of work as teams, or did you just split up through the store and kind of divide and conquer?
So there's, how many groups did we have?
We had 14 groups this year.
There's 14 groups with about 5 or 6 kids, and every group gets an organization, and they all split up throughout the whole store, trying their best to find gifts for all these organizations.
Mm-hmm.
And how does it feel knowing you're brightening the holidays for people that might not otherwise be able to get as many or any gifts? That must be a good feeling going into this time of year.
Yeah, it's a really good feeling, even though, like, obviously none of us get really anything in return, but it's a nice feeling to just know that you help people.
Yeah, it feels really good just like knowing that there's somebody out there who's getting something from what we're doing.
And when you look back on this, 10 years from now, what do you think you're going to remember about this experience of shopping for the holidays for other people?
I hope I remember how important it is and how grateful people are to even just get something small, and to keep doing it even if there isn't a school-run activity that helps you be able to participate in it.
I think it's gonna have like a big impact on my life to know, like, to always know how good it feels to give back to your community.
And Scott, as an educator, what's the most meaningful part of this experience to you?
One of my favorite things is to see the actual thought process that goes into picking out gifts. When I say shopping spree, yes, if you were looking at it from the outside, if you're just walking through the store as a regular customer, it probably looks like chaos. We call it controlled chaos but my favorite thing about it is watching the kids as they go through trying to pick out the gifts. You know, they want to make sure if it's a girl that's 8 years old, they want to make sure that target age is exactly what they're getting. And so it's really cool to see the kids pick out the gifts and the excitement that they have about what they're doing.
Now, was it hard shopping for other people besides yourselves? You probably wanted to grab a couple things for yourselves too, right? Like, or was it so rewarding that your focus was on that?
I think our focus was always on them most of the time. Yeah, everybody's just so like determined, and they're always like, there's so much thought that goes into it. It's comparing toys and which toys are the best and which toys they think would be a great fit for the age of the kid, and based on what other things that they would like, if that would be a good gift. And we kind of try and figure out sort of the personality of the kid almost as like a little fun game while we shop for them.
And Scott, why is it important for young people to take part in events like this?
I think it's important because I think it's important from one to step back out of their lives and realize, you know, we spend an hour and a half at this event. Just take time out of your own time to go out and do something good for someone else. And that's what we're trying to teach them, the importance of goodwill, doing something and receiving nothing in return.
Was there a moment during the shopping trip that stood out to you, either one of you, the most?
Probably so my group this year shopped for the Hillside organization, and when we were giving them to the organization leader, maybe, I don't know what her role was, but she was just so excited and she kept thanking us, and it really made me and my friends so happy that we could help.
For me, it was definitely picking out the clothes and like knowing like which one they would use the most and like how it would help them, and like we got a lot of warm clothes because, yeah.
You know, for you to be doing this at your age, I don't know if you know how remarkable that is. It's really generous of you to be doing this. And if other students your age are watching this, or even a little bit older that might want to be taking part in something like this but don't know how to start, like, what's your advice to them? Like, how did you get involved in this, and how did it make you feel to do it?
I think we're so lucky to have an opportunity to help from our school. There's so many ways that I think people could help. We have an organization in Skaneateles called the Skaneateles Outreach, and I know before I got into middle school where this was an option to do, my family would always pick a family to do from the Skaneateles Outreach, and we would shop for them. There's also the angel trees that they have in a couple locations. I don't know exactly where. That's also a really good way to help people.
And my advice is don't think about it as like work or like just doing it to do it. Like think about it of like having fun and doing it to help someone.
In Scott's, I know there's got to be a lot of work and planning that goes into this. I'm assuming you want to do this next year. Have you already started looking ahead to next year?
Absolutely. We actually have a few business meetings set up in January to meet with some local businesses to see if we can hopefully secure some funding, / kind of partnership to keep this thing going.
Have you noticed anyone, Scott, developing leadership skills? I think you got a couple good student leaders right here, right?
Absolutely.
Events like this help.
And that's a great thing. Like these kids were voted in by their peers to be officers throughout for the whole 6th, 7th, and 8th grade. So they run the meetings. They help decide what we're going to do and how we're going to do it. So it's a student-run organization. That's what I love about it.
I'll throw this question to all of you. How did this experience make your holiday season feel different this year?
It's just so fun. Like, I think about it especially when I go shopping with my mom for gifts for our family and stuff, that a lot of people don't have the opportunity to just be able to go do that. And I'll think about it where we helped people have the opportunity to get gifts for their children, and that just puts a smile on your face.
Opening gifts on Christmas morning is great, like to do for yourself, but you know that somebody else is going to be opening gifts on Christmas morning because you went out and did this for them.
And that's the biggest one for me is Christmas morning, like knowing that because of what we did, there are so many families that we impact. The magnitude of this event and how far these toys go. They go from all the way out towards Auburn, out to Clinton, New York, out to Oneida, out through all the Syracuse area. We filled just over 75 carts of toys. And so it's insane to see the amount of toys and then to know how many organizations that are receiving them. And then from there, they get spread out throughout all of Central New York. So it's the magnitude piece of it is what we've done, which is always so impressive with these students.
All right, a couple of fun questions here to end it for us. Hazel and Billy, if you had unlimited money, what would you buy for the community? Anything you could get people at all, what would it be? Any ideas?
Maybe not like buy something, but maybe start like an organization or a nonprofit business where we could do a bigger shopping spree, and it could be like with our whole community and not just our school.
Yeah, I'd probably give it to like the student council so that we could keep doing this with like enough money for like a long period of time.
And final question, what would your message be to all the families you help this holiday? If you could say anything to them right now after your shopping experience, what would you like to tell them?
If you're fortunate enough, even to just, it doesn't have to be a $15,000 shopping spree like we do, but even to go to, you definitely have probably a local organization that in your community that would need help. Even if you just go maybe for like half an hour, go to a store and get a couple toys for a kid, that will help brighten somebody's holiday season and make their Christmas morning so much better.
All right, Scott, Stagnita, Hazel, Billy, Skaneateles School District, thank you so much for what you did this holiday season for everyone, and thank you for coming in today.
Thank you
Thank
for
you for
having
having
us.
us.
Thank you.
And remember, if anything's happening in your school you want us to talk about, you can email me anytime, coolschools@localsyr.com.
Download the WSYR Plus app on your TV to stream News Channel 9 for free. Just go to your smart TV, search WSYR Plus in the App Store, and download to start streaming today.